Good morning, my beautiful people. It's your favorite life coach from Southwest Florida. And today, it's Monday, guys. Happy Monday. I hope everybody survived the Christmas rush and everything that comes with the holidays. Now it's time to just take a break, rest, regroup, and figure out how we're going to tackle all the debt, right? Today, it's not so much a lesson as a more of a answer to a lot of people's questions. I got these through the holiday, and I didn't really know. I don't really talk about it a lot, but I'm going to talk about why I chose paganism over Christianity. It has a lot to do with trauma, and a lot of people don't really understand my beliefs, so I want to try to help people understand, the non-judgmental people, because just because you guys are Christians, the majority, I support you. I didn't say I didn't believe in God. Okay? But for me, I suffered years of sexual abuse as a preteen that resulted in a non-alive pregnancy. And during those times, you guessed it right, I was a Christian. I was one of those kids that went to church, that asked to be saved, was even baptized at one point, and Southern Baptist. I can remember the first year I moved in with my dad when all this first started. And in case you guys haven't heard the backstory, I don't want you to think it was my dad. It wasn't. It was his girlfriend's son that was in his early 20s, as I am just going into puberty. So that gives you basically the backstory. My father was also unalived. This person was not only my father's girlfriend's son, but he was a paid informant for the police. So there was a lot of covering up and stuff there. So a lot of conspiracy, little bitty, small, hillbilly, hick town. Kind of reminds you of that movie, The Hills Have Eyes, if you think about it. But grew up on this dirt road, very long dirt road, right beside a river. And we used to play on it all the time, barefoot, running up and down the road. However, when my encounters first started, I lost faith. I asked for help. I can remember getting a Bible for, I think it was Valentine's Day that very first year, from my mom. And so yeah, I kind of read in it, and I kind of tried to do the things that you would do during these times. But guess what? No matter how much I prayed or tried to do the right thing, I wasn't helped. Nobody came to save me. I cried myself to sleep at nights. I had knives held to my throat during the day. Very, very traumatic experience. And for somebody to have to go through that, I'm sorry that I don't agree with you guys, but I found spirits that were there. They were in nature. They were my ancestors above. They helped me deal until I was 40 before I really got therapy for this, guys. So, for people to be so judgmental, why don't you put yourself in that little girl's shoes to where bad sexual things were happening to you? on a long dirt road where nobody could help or hear you, and you do all the right things, and you pray, and nobody come for years, and then tell me what you want to do or what you want to believe in. But for me, I respect all of my friends, all of my followers, and what their beliefs are. And I am not saying that he doesn't exist. I'm just saying I think it's a bigger world than that. I think there's something way bigger out there. And I choose to believe in multiple gods and entities. That is my belief. That is what gets me through. That is what helps me and drives me. And you guys can believe whatever you want, and I will support you. I'm just here to tell you why I don't, because I can't see it being okay in anything's eyes for a child to be hurt that way over and over and over, crying and begging and pleading, but yet nobody comes to save her. And with that, let's go out and be beautiful badasses today. Sorry if it triggers or hits certain people's emotions. I really am. But I do want to be honest and give you guys the best view of me and what I stand for and what I believe in. So I love you, and I'll see you later.